Hey guys, it is me, the Emerald Sword, and welcome back to another video, where today I will be reviewing Black House by Stephen King and Peter Straub. So, Black House, it is, of course, as you can see right here, the sequel to The Talisman. And as we last saw Jack Sawyer back in The Talisman, he was a 12-year-old boy who traveled across the entire country and back to save his mother with the mystical object, the Talisman. And so Black House picks up like 20 something years later. Jack is now an adult man and he is a retired homicide cop. Yeah, there was like a traumatic experience he had, and then he just like retired from being a homicide cop. So anyway, that's kind of where things are. But so now, instead of being a full-on fantasy, this is kind of more like a crime fantasy thriller horror thing. Yeah, it's a whole mix of stuff. So basically, of course, our main thing is Black House, which is this house with some sinister things that I will get to in just a moment. So there's this guy called the Fisherman, and he's like a serial killer who like kidnaps children and stuff and eats them. But yeah, so anyway, he takes children and stuff. And so everyone's like, well, where is he going and stuff? So yeah, this like big national news. And so Jack Sawyer decides to come one last time. Decides to come back one last time for one last mission. And so he teams up with a few of his friends, I think some of which are a biker gang. And then so they kind of investigate the series of like disappearances and stuff. And they find out that all of the disappearances have something to do with the Fisherman and Black House. So, needless to say, they eventually go over to Black House. And this is where stuff gets interesting. So, if you remember in the first book, The Talisman, it has like a few references here and there to the Crimson King, or I guess the Dark Tower from the Dark Tower series. But Black House really goes all out. Like, it really goes all out. So basically it's like this fisherman guy. He's a servant for the Crimson King, and the Crimson King needs all these children to power something that'll be either for or against the Dark Tower. I think it's against. And they're like all this other stuff. They're like power devices. So anyway, long story short, Jack goes inside the Black House. Kills the fisherman, saves all the children, which there are like hundreds of, I think. And then, hooray, days saved. But wait, why is it this long? Yeah, so, of course, like the Talisman, it is a little too long for its own good. And here's the other thing. So, you think that Jack saving all the children with his friends and then just taking them back, you think that would be a happy ending. But it actually isn't. So later on, they're having a pep rally for basically like discussing everything that happened and stuff, because as I said, this was national news, so this is like a really big thing. And so when Jack is up on stage talking and stuff, a woman approaches Jack on the stage, pulls out a gun, and then fires like 5 shots into him. One in the lung, one in the hand, like 2 others somewhere else, and like one in the throat. And so normally that would kill someone. But remember, Jack has touched the Talisman back when he was a child, so he gets to stay alive a little longer. So anyway, Speedy, who's also from the first book, who's also Parkus, as his territory's name suggests, he goes and gets Jack, just takes him to the Winnebago where Jack stood mere moments before. And then the friends follow Parkus, and then they follow him to the bathroom, and both Parkus and Jack are gone. Where did he go? Well, at the end it's revealed that Jack has been taken to the territories, and he is in the place where his mother's twinner, Queen Laura de Olesian, once laid back when she was sick in the first book. And he's in a coma right now. But we do learn that Jack is no longer going to be able to fully stay on Earth. He's going to have to be living in the territories from now on. And then, in the final page of the book, Jack opens his eyes. And so that's where the second book leaves off. It definitely sets up Jack Sawyer 3. And I mean, you know, I would love to review Jack Sawyer 3, but it kind of doesn't exist yet. So anyway, I'll get to that in a second. But anyway, so how did I think about Black House? Well, it was certainly something. I liked it. There was some stuff I didn't like, and yeah, so you know, standard book thoughts, I guess. And as is with The Talisman and a lot of other Stephen King books, and presumably Peter Straub, the book is a little too long for its own good. It goes off and does these random things that I just did not understand. It goes off on tangents and stuff that just doesn't make sense, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I will say that, like, the worst part about this book is just that sometimes it just doesn't make any sense and it's way too long. I think the audiobook was like 26 and a half hours and The Talisman was like 28 hours. So they're pretty similar in length. But yeah, I mean, overall, I really liked Black House, but which one do I like more? The Talisman or Black House? And I hate to break it to you, but I don't really have an answer for that. There was stuff I liked and disliked about The Talisman, and there was stuff I liked and disliked about Black House. So, which one would I say is better? I'd say both of them are about the same quality for me. They're both really strange. They're both really long. Yeah, they both go off on tangents and just overstay their welcome and stuff. But yeah, so that's generally how I feel about both of them. So anyway, where is Jack Sawyer 3? So, of course, Black House came in 2001, and The Talisman was 1984. And so Stephen King has said that Peter Straub has given him ideas for Jack Sawyer 3. And so, like, all throughout the 2010s, we were wondering, when's Jack Sawyer 3 coming? And so, unfortunately, we ended up losing Peter Straub just a couple of years back in 2022. And so that kind of halted fans' hopes. We were like, are we even getting a third Jack Sawyer book anymore? But Stephen King recently said, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the Talisman video, that Stephen King has reread The Talisman and taken notes, and now he's going to go reread Black House and take notes. So hopefully that means that he's going to start working on Jack Sawyer 3 very soon, which I think is good because, as you just heard me say, that ending to 2 definitely sets up a sequel. So anyway, I don't know when that would release. 2025 seems to be another Holly book again. And so I'm predicting either maybe 2026 or 2027 for possible Jack Sawyer 3 release. But, yeah, anyway, and then now and that's basically my thoughts on Black House and The Talisman and Jack Sawyer and stuff. But before I let you go, I got to tell you one more thing. So, originally my plan was to finish Black House and then read Psycho the Werewolf and then Storm of the Century. But then, as we all know, Salem's Lot got a release date, which I've been looking forward to, and it got a trailer, which is also very cool. And anyway, long story short, Salem's Lot is now releasing on October 3rd. So what I will be doing instead of Psycho the Werewolf and Storm of the Century is I will reread Salem's Lot and review that for you guys. And then I will read the story collection Night Shift for the first time and read that and review that for you guys as well. And so basically, I just kind of want to prepare myself for the new Salem's Lot movie by rereading the book. And then, because Night Shift has Jerusalem's Lot, which is a prequel story, and One for the Road, which is a sequel story, which I thought was very interesting. So yeah, I will read those two, and I will review those two for you. But anyway, that is about all I have to say about this. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We are growing incredibly large now, and I would just love to thank you guys for all of that. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching this video, and I've been Ben from the Emerald Sword, and I will see you guys next time.